many sons. All of them, in fact. So, listen, it's not that I have anything against Budapest. It's a lovely place, and, as is Bucharest, and Johannesburg, and Brussels, and Reykjavik, and London, Wales, and the Isle of Man, and Vancouver, and Toronto. It's just that every time I pack my bags and get on a plane to go shoot something in one of those places, it means that's one less job my friends and neighbors and brothers and sisters right here in California get to participate in. Don't get me wrong, New Orleans is a great town, as is Albuquerque, and Bridgeport, and Atlanta, and Charlotte, San Juan, and yes, even my hometown of New York City. But each time I head out on one of these most enjoyable and lucrative opportunities, so many of the folks who staked a claim to raise their families in California, the place that virtually invented the movie business, get passed over, wondering what it will take for the most obvious of film communities to finally become at least competitive, to finally realize that business goes where business is easy to do. So I'm one of the lucky ones who's been able to forge out a living because I've been asked to work in all these places I mentioned. But I'm also mindful of the disturbing fact that my good fortune happens in so many instances at the expense of so many whom I have come to care about. Men and women who I've worked alongside for over 40 years. They're not as fortunate as I am. They don't get invited to these exotic places to work. They are made to depend on opportunities in their own communities, opportunities that become more and more rare as other places happily set up shop and benefit by forward-thinking economics. What we are really here to address today is becoming an all too familiar refrain, not only in California and not only in the film business, but in fact anywhere where business is done. It is called outsourcing. And there is nothing personal about it, although the impact it has on communities with long-standing distinguished histories for the major inroads that those communities have made in the industries that have become synonymous with inventing, to the average Joe, it is very personal. That's right. And our challenge here, as it is wherever this phenomenon occurs, is to address the human factor in a way that appeals to the simple dictums of the capitalism we so cherish. So when film goes elsewhere, although there may be a wide variety of reasons, the number one driver for those decisions is economics. And so what we gather here today to address is the notion of setting up an environment where it is attractive, or maybe even more attractive, to shoot right here in California, as it is in Louisiana, or New Mexico, or anyone else that now boasts a thriving film industry. Now, I am no economist, nor do I have the numbers to back this up. But my hunch is that these other states and countries that have implemented tax incentives for the shooting of film and TV didn't do it for philanthropic reasons, or because they're movie fans, or because they are devoted to promoting culture. Yes, those might be factors, but make no mistake, they did it because the numbers make sense. Because when a movie comes to town to shoot, everybody does better. Hotels, restaurants, dry cleaners, airlines, to name but a few. And what is more American than the notion of keeping the wheels of industry turning, of providing jobs in our own communities where none existed before? So we need this bill, and there's never been a better time to get it done than right now. Which is why I want to thank Mike Gatto and Raul Bocanegra for bringing this issue to the forefront. And I want to thank the Assembly for passing this bill and humbly ask the Senate to follow suit. On behalf of my union, SAG-AFTRA, my fellow actors, my my fellow crew members, my fellow Californians, thank you for being here today. I salute you for leading this charge for more jobs in this great state of ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ron. Next, I'd like to bring up